Happy New Year, it's 2023. Let's talk about what my channel plans are for 2023. Stay tuned, that is coming up here on Drew's Book Reviews. Alright, let's talk about my plans for 2023 here on the channel, here on Drew's Book Reviews. There's definitely going to be some big changes coming up for my family. I'm anticipating this year, so hopefully things will go smoothly for me. That is the plan anyway, but let's talk a little bit about what I'm planning on doing this year as far as my bookish goals and some books that I want to make sure that I get to in 2023, as well as some plans regarding the channel and some anticipated things with the channel this year. So first off, let's start out talking a little bit about what is my Goodreads goal. Well, like the goal I accomplished last year, I am here this year looking at doing another 75 reads at a minimum. I've actually got about 86 books planned on my TBR for 2023, but I set a minimum Goodreads goal of 75. Just in case I could achieve it, I did in 2022. I'm pretty sure I could do that again in 2023. So I'm looking forward to challenging myself again this year. Maybe one of these years I'll bump it up to 100 books, who knows? But for now, I'm going to keep it at 75. I think that is a good target and a decent goal as far as looking at what I've done this last year, what I could do again this year. So that is definitely something I'm aiming for here on the channel. So before we get into series that I'm hoping to get to as part of my reading plans this year, I do want to let you know that I am anticipating that there will be a brief break or hiatus on the channel as far as getting content out this year goes. Probably from June, possibly into August, kind of depending on how things go, because my family is moving from BC to Alberta. Those are the plans anyway. There's still a lot of pieces we have to get into place. A lot of stuff has to happen yet, both in terms of logistically and some other things relating to work and employment and that kind of thing. So the plan is to move back to Alberta next summer. Precisely when? Hopefully July. We'll see how it goes. But I am anticipating that there will be a bit of a break on the channel, pause on getting videos out over the summer next year, just while I'm getting that taken care of. But I will be back. This is not a goodbye or anything like this. I will be back. It is going to be temporary only and hopefully not too long. But I am anticipating potentially up to a 3-month period there while I get all that worked out and figured out. But hopefully not that long. Maybe I'll try and throw some shorts out there or something during that time. We'll kind of just have to see how it goes, because there's a lot to put in place and a lot to figure out. And hopefully, that won't be too long of a break, but that is anticipated for this year. So just want to let you know now, and we'll kind of go from there, and hopefully it won't be too long of a break. But let's get into what am I going to read this year, what are my reading plans this year, and what are some book series that I really want to get to this year on the channel. There's a lot that I've heard a lot about, but I definitely have some that are certainly priorities. Naturally, there are going to be some priorities for Brandon Sanderson, who is releasing his new books this year. So these are the Kickstarter Secret Project books. You can bet those are absolutely going to be a top priority read for me. Absolutely, they will be. So there are 4 books being released. We have the titles of them. I've avoided all the content that's been put out about these books so far because I want to go into it with a blank slate. I don't want to know anything about them. I don't want to know about the first chapters. I don't want any of that. I want to go in completely blank. I've got some channels that I will have set up in the Discord for these books, so if you want to read along with me in the months that they're released, if you're getting them, fantastic. I'll make sure that I have both a spoiler and non-spoiler channels linked in the Discord. You could go and check that out. Discord will be linked below. The 4 book titles that we have are Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is expected to be released this month here in January. Can't wait to read it. It's going to be awesome. The book that is expected to be released in April is The Frugal Wizard's Guide to Surviving Medieval England. So this one is not in the Cosmere. As I understand, 3 of the 4 are set in the Cosmere, but this one definitely is not in the Cosmere, just by the title alone. So a medieval historical fantasy, I guess, is what we're looking at. For this one, this is the one that is expected to be released in April. July's release is titled Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. So this is going to be interesting. Imagine a guy that paints nightmares that come to life. This is just what I'm thinking in my scope of knowledge of Sanderson and what I'm kind of expecting from that, just based off of the title. But of course, I'm making sure I know nothing about these books other than their titles and the release dates, because I don't want any spoil it in even the slightest. I just want to go in completely blank slate to get my impressions of this. And October's Sanderson release is going to be The Sunlit Man. So I have no idea. Maybe it'll take place on Teldane. I don't know. Teldane's the White Sands world. I'm pretty sure Teldane's the White Sands world, where it's half sun, half the world's baked in sun, the other half isn't. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to reading all these books this year with the Secret Project releases. I'm so pumped. These are definitely going to be my absolutely most anticipated reads of the year. I'm so pumped for this. It's going to be amazing, awesome. I can't wait to read these books. They're definitely at the top of my list for priority reads for 2023. One of the other series that I am looking at finishing up in 2023 is going to be the Discworld series. I've been reading one book from the Discworld each and every month, and based on my calculations, I should complete Discworld by the end of 2023. So I'm looking forward to finishing that up and read all the Discworld books and having all the Discworld books read. This is a series I am thoroughly enjoying. Every single book that I'm reading in Discworld is just so much fun. The characters, the world, the setting, it's hilarious. It's awesome. I'm loving that. So I'm definitely continuing on with Discworld, and I'm looking forward to finishing up that series this year. One of the series that I am looking at rereading this year, and that I'm in the process of rereading, is going to be The Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkind. In December, I'd actually started my reread of this. So Wizard's First Rule being the first book in the series of The Sword of Truth, I'd actually started my reread of this series in December, but I'm looking forward to completing the full series reread throughout 2023. The other books in the series include Stone of Tears, Blood of the Fold, Temple of the Winds, Soul of the Fire, Faith of the Fallen, The Pillars of Creation, Naked Empire, Chainfire, Phantom, Confessor, The Omen Machine, The Third Kingdom, Severed Souls, Warheart, Death's Mistress, The Shroud of Eternity, Siege of Stone, and finally, Heart of Black Ice. Also, one of the things that I've been wanting to get more into, or rather, maybe not more into, I'm still into science fiction, but I realized that I read a lot of fantasy. I don't read a lot of science fiction, and I want to read more. Especially after seeing some of Words and Times video, I realized that I don't read enough sci-fi, and there's so much good sci-fi out there. One of my most anticipated reads for 2023 is going to be Christopher Ruocchio's books, the Sun Eater series. So of course there's Empire of Silence book 1, but we also have book 2, The Howling Dark, and book 3, Demon in White. As I understand, there is a fourth book, but I don't have the fourth book yet. But this set of books is definitely on my to-be-read, most anticipated reads for 2023. I'm really looking forward to getting into some epic sci-fi that I just haven't read a lot of in the past several years. So I'm looking forward to getting into more sci-fi and kind of bringing up the amount of science fiction that I do read. And I'm hoping to get more into that over the coming 2023, hopefully into 2024 as well. So Christopher Ruocchio's Sun Eater series is definitely one that is on my radar for 2023. One of the other series that I've heard so much about here on BookTube is Robin Hobb. I've heard so much about Robin Hobb and her writing, and people have been praising it all over the place, and it's just an author I've never read. So of course, I want to start reading Robin Hobb, and there's some series of Robin Hobbs, the Farseer and Liveship Traders trilogy, that I'm looking forward to getting to in 2023. So the Farseer trilogy has Assassin's Apprentice, so this being the first book in the Farseer trilogy. As I understand, Fitz is our main character, and I've heard so much about this series. So we've got Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. So this is one of the series that is on my radar to make sure that I read sometime in 2023. But not just this series particularly by Robin Hobb, there's also the Live Ship Trader series as well that is on my radar. So the Live Ship Trader series includes Ship of Magic being the first book in this series, Mad Ship, and Ship of Destiny. I've heard so much about Robin Hobb and I'm really looking forward to getting to Robin Hobb's books this year. I really hope they live up to the expectation that's been set because I've heard so much about Robin Hobb and Robin Hobb's writing, and I'm really looking forward to getting to these. So they've been on my radar for a while. I picked them up in one of my book hauls last year, and I'm really looking forward to getting to them. So the last set of books on my anticipated reads for 2023 that I'm really looking forward to getting to is John Gwynne. This is another author I've heard so much about here on BookTube, and there's been a lot of praise going around with John Gwynne's books, and I'm really looking forward to getting to them. So I'll be picking up John Gwynne's Faithful of the Fallen series. Book 1 being Malice, the first of the Faithful and the Fallen. This isn't the only John Gwynne series that I'm going to be reading, of course. I've got them all at this point. So John Gwynne's Malice being the first one, followed up by Valor, Book 2 of Faithful and the Fallen, Ruin, Book 3 of Faithful and the Fallen, and Wrath, Book 4 of Faithful and the Fallen. Once I'm done reading the Faithful and the Fallen series, I'm going to be following that up with John Gwynne's Of Blood and Bone. So we have A Time of Dread being the first one in this Of Blood and Bone series. I just love the cover art on this, by the way. Absolutely love it. It just looks awesome. We got a burning, flaming sword being stabbed into something. I don't know. But anyway, I'll be picking up John Gwynne's Of Blood and Bone series. So we've got A Time of Dread being the first one in this series. Book 2, A Time of Blood. And Book 3, A Time of Courage. And naturally, once I'm done reading this series, I'm going to have to follow it up with the Bloodsworn series, of course. That is the next series from John Gwynne. So, of course, I do have the first 2 books. I'm not sure how many are going to be in this series, but I've got The Shadow of the Gods and The Hunger of the Gods from Bloodsworn. So these are the 2 books that I plan on reading in this series. So I've got all of John Gwynne's books on my to-be-read for 2023. And I'm really looking forward to getting to these books. I think these are going to be some fun, awesome, exciting adventures awaiting for me in 2023. Those, of course, are not the only books I'm going to read in 2023. There's a lot more on the list, of course, and of course, every month I am going to be putting out my monthly TBR for you to check out. And, I'm really looking forward to reading all these books, checking out, especially the ones that have come highly recommended. Particularly the Robin Hobb and John Gwynne and Christopher Ruocchio's Sun Eater, which I've heard so much about. So I'm really looking forward to getting to those, and of course, the Sanderson books. How could I not be excited about new Sanderson books in 2023, right? So there you go. There is kind of my preview of the year, what I'm planning on reading, the ones that I'm most looking forward to on my radar for the upcoming year of 2023. And a little bit about my plans. Hopefully my break mid-year won't be too long and things work out for me. I'm hoping nothing's guaranteed at this point. Still working toward that final end goal. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. Let me know, what are your plans for 2023 reads? Do you have any most anticipated reads? What do you want to get out of the year? What do you look forward to? Have you set a Goodreads challenge goal? Let me know in the comments down below, or join me over on my Discord. You can check out the links for that down below as well. And of course, follow me on Bookstagram or over on the Discord. I'd love to have you over there. I'd love to have chats with you over there. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, keep on reading. Bye!